Good morning, good morning. Turn on the marquee lights. Good morning tonight.
Good morning, good morning. Broadway is feeling bright. Good morning tonight.
When the theaters shut their doors, we were so sad and blue.
Now we're bringing back Broadway in our Tuesday night review.
So good morning.
Good morning. We'll make you feel alright. Good morning tonight for you.
Good morning tonight.
What a take. Good morning.
Good morning tonight. Michael Hull, how are you?
I am so good. Jackie Cox, how are you?
Okay, so for the kids who are used to our beautiful globe background, so what happened was this. As if you've been watching the show, you know that Jackie's computer's old and can't process all of the things that it takes to make this show happen. So today we're just going for the sensible blue background. Michael, you look so gorgeous in blue.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I love this whole look you're giving us. This is very classic Jackie Cox.
Well, it's classic Jackie, but a new dress on an old queen.
I also love checking in with my bathroom occasionally, just to because that's where you are. I'm looking right into my toilet. There.
You're right by my refrigerator. Hello. Oh my goodness.
Nice to see you.
Delicious.
Good morning tonight. Happy Tuesday. Happy Good Morning Tonight episode. What is this, episode 4?
I think this is episode 4. We made it
is
almost a full month.
Almost.
Yeah.
And as always, it is 7 p.m., which means that if all were right in this world, now is the time that theater people would be springing from their beds, warming up the gift at the theater, and getting ready to wow an audience with the magic that is live theater.
But as you may have noticed, that's not happening these days. The COVID-19 pandemic has Broadway dark and a lot of people missing the razzle and dazzle of the Great White Way. So good morning and welcome to a morning show just for us nighttime people. Michael, cheers.
Cheers.
Look how cute my mug is. It says a kiss for you.
Ah, adorable. I'm using my Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS mug. I know you guys, we talk about them an awful lot on this show. And speaking of them, 100%, as we've been doing all of August, 100% of tips tonight are going to Broadway Cares and their unbelievable work. If you would like to tip, you just send it right to Jackie Cox's Venmo. It is down there. It is at Jackie Cox NYC. Again, 100% of your tips tonight will be going to Broadway Cares. We love them. We hope you love them. Their work is incredible. And that's what we're doing tonight.
We're doing that. And also for those international folks who may be tuning in, you can PayPal. My PayPal is paypal.me/Jackie Cox NYC. I'm just that across all of the platforms. Whatever you're on, I'm there as Jackie Cox NYC. Including
so easy.
TikTok, Michael. The TikToks have been happening this week. I released my WAP TikTok, and I think it was a little much.
That's the one. I think I saw it, and I think I thought, that's a little much.
It's a little much.
It's TikTok. I don't know. I celebrated a birthday this last week, and I have
That's
officially.
right, Michael. It's your birthday.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Happy birthday,
Thank you.
Michael Hull.
Thank you. I've definitely aged out of TikTok. That is what I have learned. I am too old for TikTok. But I had a great day. I had a great birthday.
That's good. I'm sorry I wasn't with you. I was away. I took a little weekend getaway to Provincetown.
Oh.
Where I purchased this dress.
How lovely. Well, how was P-Town? What'd you do?
P-Town was lovely. I saw 2 amazing drag shows. I saw my good friend Paige Turner,
Never heard of her.
perform her sold-out show at the Pilgrim House, which sounds very impressive. And I will say this, due to social distancing, the seating capacity was only 43 people outdoors, but we made it work, and it was lovely. And who knew Paige looked so beautiful at sunset?
That golden hour glow.
Golden glow. She looked stunning. And then I also saw a huge drag icon, a huge inspiration for me, Varla Jean Merman, who I love so much.
Yes.
And if you have never seen Varla Jean Merman, do yourself a favor and look her up. She's incredible. And yeah, and Chelsea Piers was there as well. It was a lovely time. I'm sorry I wasn't here for your birthday, but we'll celebrate it
Well, I'm glad you're having fun.
all evening here on Good Morning.
Here on Good Morning Tonight. Speaking of drag and drag queens and fabulousness, we have a fabulous, kinky episode tonight of Good Morning Tonight.
Ooh, very
How
kinky.
about that, huh?
We have a J. Harrison G., which we just learned is the correct pronunciation of their name.
Yes,
which,
the correct pronunciation.
The correct pronunciation, which we literally just learned during sound check. And I've known Jay for almost 10 years, and I cannot believe it took. I was today years old when I learned how to say Jay's name. We also have Carrie St. Louis, who also closed Kinky Boots with Jay.
Jay and Carrie are the final Lola and Lauren to bow on Broadway.
They are. How
crazy is that?
And we saw them together. And we have my good friend Eric Altimus, who I've known since we were actual teenagers, who you on Broadway may remember from Pippin, where he originated the role of Louis. And he has a new single that he's going to talk all about. And so that's our show.
I won that Pippin lottery. I was front row, right behind Charlie Alterman's head. I was obsessed with the 2013 Pippin. I can't wait to see Eric. We have pulled out all the stops today. What do you say we jump right in?
Let's do it, because I think my computer's lagging. So let's start.
Well, what else is new? Jackie Cox is just a tiny bit behind the rest of us. Our first guest today originally came to prominence in New York City as drag performer. Oh, I'm supposed to hit a button. You guys, I'm too excited. Hold on.
Press the button. Press the button.
Let's go back. Pretend that didn't happen. Here we go.
Yeah, pretend Michael said none of that.
So what do you say we just jump into it, Jackie?
Let's jump into it.
Our first guest today originally came to prominence in New York City as drag performer Crystal Demure. They didn't guess, however, that their talent for drag would give them a leg up on booking their Broadway debut.
That's right, Michael. J. Harrison G. toured the country as Lola in Kinky Boots, delighting audiences and quickly becoming an audience favorite. They later brought their stunning performance to New York City, where they were the last Lola to bow on Broadway.
More recently, Jay traveled to Seattle to originate the role of Andre Ma'am in the new musical Mrs. Doubtfire, which had a Broadway transfer and was in previews when Broadway was forced to close. We're looking forward to a Mrs. Doubtfire opening and Jay's return to a Broadway show. Here's J. Harrison G. Yay!
Good morning tonight.
Oh my God. Cheers, Jay. Mwah. Jay, what's in your mug?
Oh, just a sensible Espelon.
Ooh, delish.
With a squeeze of lime.
Yeah, nothing like a glass of tequila at 7 o'clock on a Tuesday.
I mean,
on a Tuesday.
What better?
What is better?
I'm so happy to see you. Where not
He's so excited he choked.
Where are you coming to us from today?
I'm coming to you live and in living color from Ocean City, New Jersey.
Work.
Ooh.
I'm seeing a lot of love for Jay in the comments. Thank you,
Oh,
guys.
yes.
I'll
Hi,
try to highlight
guys.
a bunch
Thanks for
of them.
tuning in.
Look at all this.
We're so excited you're here. So you obviously are, Jackie and I had the privilege of seeing you do Lola on Broadway. You, in my opinion, are the, capital T, the iconic Miss Lola of Broadway, of tour. Your performance was like next level realness. Throw in the thing around and kicking your face. And giving you acting, giving you vocals. So congratulations on Kinky Boots. I know it was a long journey for you, but I also want to talk about your new journey, which is that you were in previews for Mrs. Doubtfire when Miss Rona brought us all to a halt. How was it going? How are you? Tell us about it.
Mrs. Doubtfire is such a wonderful show. I'm so glad I got in on that. Out of town, Seattle received us very well, and we had 3 previews under our belt before Miss Rona had to say, we're going to hold. And I missed the show so much, and that cast is outrageous. Jen Gambatese, who plays Miranda, is fantastic. Rob McClure, who plays Mrs. Doubtfire, is unreal. I missed them. I missed the show so much.
Talk to us a little bit about Mrs. Doubtfire. So we now have a few drag musicals that have been making their debut. Obviously, Kinky Boots, which was so incredible. Also, we had Tootsie last season. So talk to us about Mrs. Doubtfire. Do you think of it really as a drag musical? What are your thoughts on the connection of Mrs. Doubtfire and drag?
I mean, Mrs. Doubtfire is definitely, Rob McClure as Daniel Hillard doing whatever it takes to be with his children. The show is about love and what you will do for the people you love the most and be around. And so I don't really see it as a drag show, but of course he is a drag character. And Rob does such amazing work of delineating himself, of course, as Daniel Hillard. And then when he goes into Doubtfire, he pays homage to what we know Doubtfire to be, but also gives it so much more and brings it to life in such a beautiful way.
I'm so excited to see it. Now talk about your character a little. So is this a departure from the movie? What is the audience going to see from Ms. Andre Mayhem?
Andre, I am Doubtfire's brother-in-law. So from the movie, I'm Aunt Jack. My husband is.
Is that the Harvey Fierstein character?
No, that's my husband, Brad Oscar. Brad Oscar
Gotcha.
plays. Yeah, and I play his husband, and we have some funny quirks that keep the audience going, and we have a really good time together. And so we get to create Doubtfire. He literally comes to us, and we have an amazing song which we put him into Doubtfire. And it's when I tell you, Rob is putting in such work. He has 31 costume changes in the entire show, and that includes a full fat suit, a full wig, teeth, all it is a full quick change. And some we do on stage, some we do, a lot we do off stage, but it is an experience for sure, to say the least.
I'm so excited about it. I also love that they're giving your characters a song and actually bringing out some of the queerness of this story, whether or not it's a queer story or not. I think because that was probably my biggest disappointment in Tootsie is that we missed that element of hey, there should be some gay characters here that should kind of lead this into being. So I missed that. I missed that a little in Tootsie.
Well,
so
we definitely touch on
that.
We touch on again, it's about love and what you will do to be with family. So we definitely address the queerness, of course, of us being related to him and us being married, and we want our own family and we want our own things. So we definitely address that. Love is love, and what family means is whether you're a divorced set of parents, whether you are a father and a father, a mother and a mother, whatever it is, it's about what you will do for the ones you love and the ones you call family. So like Hooch, you're family to me.
So for those who don't know, Jay and I know each other not from the Broadway, but from the off Broadway, where as my drag sister, Crystal Demure, we're all in the same drag family of, I would say, musical theater oriented queens who are more inclined to perform the musicals. Along, of course, in our family is Chelsea Piers and Nomi Sass, your drag daughter. Who I'm very close with. I think I'm my mouth looks like it's moving slowly, but hopefully you can hear me. If not,
you're good.
We can hear you great. The lip sync is a little off, but you didn't have a ton of time to rehearse
Well,
it.
what's new? Jay's seen quite a few off lip syncs from me in his day. But Crystal Demure, who I saw really take over the scene, and you were like booking shows left and right, and then the Kinky Boots tour happened. What about being Crystal kind of helped you get to that place in Lola? Because I mean, I saw Billy Porter as Lola, and I saw you as Lola, and Billy I thought was fabulous. What you brought to the show was so amazing, was that it felt very real because you've had that lived experience as a drag queen hustling in the city and working that. So how did you bring that to the character of Lola? And how similar are Crystal and Lola? That's fun for the audience to know.
They're very similar, and I always said that Lola was informed by Crystal. That experience, like you said, of being in the nightlife and living that nightlife and hosting parties and events and bachelorettes and living the cabaret drag life, definitely informed my Lola. But Lola was her own journey, her own experience, and I allowed her to be informed by whatever the day and my life at the time, whatever I experienced. But of course, Crystal Demure is definitely a big influence in the life of Lola. And it was fun to allow that journey of Lola to evolve and to change. I did that show for 4.5 years, and until the day I did my last show, I was still learning and growing and finding new places of drag. I thought it would be easy because I was like, oh, I'm a drag queen. This will be nothing.
Yeah.
But Lady Lola got me every now and then.
Well, I think is so
Michael.
cool and interesting is so Crystal wasn't a live singing kind of performer.
Right.
I remember you originally were trying to keep your drag persona and your Broadway performer as kind of separate facets of your life. And did you find that by bringing the different parts of yourself closer together, that kind of helped you unlock new power?
Oh, for sure. And that was in and of itself a thing and a journey for me, because when I started doing drag, my family didn't know I did drag. My mother was the only one who knew for a while. And I grew up in church in North Carolina. My dad's a pastor. So and that's part of the reason I had separate accounts for everything. It was a secret. It was something I was doing that fulfilled me, but I didn't want people to know. And it was something I fought, but again, bringing the worlds closer together led to my Broadway debut. It changed my life. So it's something I don't fight anymore. And now everyone knows. And it's like, all right, so the world gets every bit of me.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's like, I feel like as theater people, we're constantly told, like, you have to show up as yourself. And like what you have is the thing that's going to like be the difference. And you're just such a shining example of like, this opportunity matched you so perfectly. You were so primed and ready to do it. And it was just like a match made in heaven. And
the whole Kinky Boots experience, I felt like a debutante. It was like, because I started the tour as a swing. I was the assistant dance cap. I just like, I felt groomed. And then it came to a point and Jerry was like, we want to take you to Broadway. The time has come. And I was
what a dream. Oh my God. I got goosebumps just hearing that. Oh my God.
Yeah, from his mouth. I was like, you want to do what? And he posed it as a question. He was like, if you like, we want to take you to Broadway. If I like. Oh my God, yeah. So.
Well, lucky for the rest of us.
And the honor of closing it too, right? Because we saw you right towards the end of the run, which I was so happy. And like you said earlier, I could tell it was still new and exciting for you. I could tell that you were still living in those moments, and as performers, that's all we can hope for, is to find a role that will keep that going for us, because I'll never forget when I saw Legally Blonde, and other than Laura Bell Bundy, everyone, how many years into that run, looked like they could have been anywhere else. They were all very tired. But I think that it's hard to do that on a role that goes on for so long. But you did that, and that in it of itself is such an accomplishment. And I'm so excited to see what's next for you with Mrs. Doubtfire. Now, do we know anything about what your plans are? Have you guys been doing Zoom rehearsals? Tell us what's the inside tea? What's the gossip?
No Zoom rehearsals. We were supposed to open 3 weeks and 3 days after we were sent home. So we did our opening night and we did a run through of the show on Zoom. And every 3 weeks, we do catch up on Zoom as a cast, but we don't run the show anymore. And but we do keep in touch and we check in, and we're just excited to get back together. We're like, please, sooner than later.
Yeah. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. We're going to keep supporting, including everyone who's tipping this evening to Broadway Cares. Thank you so much for your tips. Jay, you've been involved in Broadway Cares for a long time, including you were involved in Broadway Bears Zoom In, which I believe is still on YouTube if you want to go see. But talk about that and how, obviously you're close with Sherrie, the creator of Broadway Bears, but talk about what it means to you, why it's important. Get these kids, play the heartstrings and make them tip. Do that.
Oh, listen, honey, let me tell you, my first experience at Broadway Bears was 2017, and it was my first year on Broadway, and I was doing Strip You, and I was the feminist studies instructor. And that show, to know that the entire thing is done voluntarily, I mean, light, sound, costume, makeup, hair, everything, and the work that goes into that show to raise money, and the way the community of Broadway comes together to stand behind a cause, it is the most awe-inspiring thing. It really is, because it's like, we believe in making a difference. Yes, we love to dress up and to take the clothes off and to do all of that, but we are doing it for a reason and for a purpose. And that's to make a difference and help people have a better life. So anytime someone can donate to Broadway Cares, you don't understand how much of a difference you're making. And that organization takes those funds and distributes it throughout the country. and it's not just an isolated donation. It changes people all over the country, and that is the most outstanding thing I've ever experienced. And I'm so happy to support and be a part of the Broadway community to help.
Word.
Tell them, Jay.
If you haven't seen Broadway Bears Zoom In, go ahead. It's on YouTube. I know we've talked about it a few times on the show, but go for it. Keep your eyes peeled for Jay. You will see it. You will see them.
Yeah.
Just it's unbelievable. So go take a look at that. Bears will be back. Broadway will be back. Doubtfire will be back. Speaking of being back, will you come and join us a little bit later in the episode when we have your former co-star, Miss Carrie St. Louis, on?
I miss her so much, of course.
Amazing. Jay, we will have you back in a little while. Thanks for hanging out with us.
We adore
Anytime.
you. We'll see you soon.
Work. Jay Harrison G, everybody.
Jay Harrison G, JHG. And that was amazing. We're going to see Jay in a little bit. But now we have a special report. We are joined today by Broadway veteran and recording artist Eric Altimus. Eric was seen on Broadway as Louis in the 2013 revival of Pippin. He then went on to join the National Tour in the title role of Pippin, and he just released a new single called These Days, and he's here to tell us all about it with today's special report. Please welcome.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning
Good
tonight.
morning tonight. Cheers.
Cheers. Eric, what's in your mug?
Okay, well, I'm being a little basic, and I have to admit, I have White Claw in my mug. I know.
Listen, I'm not judging you. I am going to just let you know you can do that. I'm a fan of the White Claw.
Well, thank you, Michael. I will tell you.
Although, what flavor is it?
Mango.
No, trash. Absolute trash. No.
What?
I like the mango.
I think it's okay. Listen, the first one I had was lemon, and my first reaction was like, this tastes like recycled air. I don't know how people do this. Not trying to hate on White Claw, but it wasn't for me, though. The mango, it's all right. So
the only lemon for me is on Canada's Drag Race, so I'm with you. I'm with you on the lemon, no lemon, White Claw. Although, wait, this is also an important debate, and I don't know if you can weigh in yet if you haven't had one. But Michael, we have not had this debate. Truly versus White Claw. Which do you like? Truly is another brand of hard seltzer versus White Claw. Michael, what is your pick?
I am a fan of the Truly.
Whoa,
Specifically,
you heard it here first.
The mixed berry,
okay.
the 12-pack of mixed berry Truly.
Well, okay.
And that is the special report.
That is the
Thank you.
special report. Thank you so much, Eric. Thank you so much.
Thank
Eric,
you.
Thank you so much for joining us. For those who don't know, Eric and I have known each other since we were actually teenagers. When I lived for a brief moment in Orange County, California. By brief, I mean from the ages of 16 on and off till I was 22. So not that brief. But Eric, you went to I won't say a rival high school, but you went to the Orange County High School of the Performing Arts, featuring your principal at the time was Broadway legend Susan Egan.
No.
Yes, in fact, that is true. And she was incredible. I mean, honestly, I think we were all shocked that we had her as a teacher. She had literally just finished doing Millie in New York and all these big shows, Cabaret, which she closed as well. She closed both those shows as the title roles. So we were like, what is she doing here? She was amazing. She really just stepped in. She directed My Fair Lady. I got to be her Freddie.
I saw you in that. You were
That's
so
right.
cute. Okay, and this production was incredible because you guys used this fancy theater that was doing another production of it, and I was like, there was this fly-in. You're singing on the street where you live, and it's the street came and flew into you, and I was like, what's happening?
Girl, it was high tech, I mean, we were so lucky to have that space. They had just done it at the college where we performed. So yeah, we got to use all their costumes. We felt so special. And it was great working with Susan. I'll never forget this one time in rehearsal. We were doing Show Me. And I hope I'm allowed to share this. I don't think she'll be upset. But
we're gonna isolate this clip and send it out to Susan.
Putting it on Broadway World chat boards.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, this is a good moment. But I remember, we were working, and she was working with the girl playing Eliza, my very good friend Amy. And she says, do you mind if I just tap in and show you what I mean to my friend Amy? So she gets into the scene and she starts doing show me to me. And she, at one point, man, got so close to my face, I thought she was going to either kiss me or bite me. And I was scared, and it worked. My reaction, I was like, oh my God. And she just immediately, like, the number, exploded, and it was awesome.
This is, we're having some
and then
comments
Amy
about
was
Encore. We're getting some Encore shout outs in the comments. Have you seen her on Encore where she coaches the song Belle from Beauty and the Beast? And it's like mind blowing.
I haven't, no. But what I always loved about her,
viewing.
She's such an actress first. Like, just going off the tails of what you guys were just talking about, it's like she brings herself into everything she does. And she really was the first person to tell me, like, hey, you got something. You just need to figure it out and, like, use you. So
yeah.
And you did figure it out because you made your Broadway debut, but not very long after. A couple years after. So talk to us, and for the kids at home who are looking to make their big breaks. What was your journey to Broadway? And what was that like? And what did you learn? And why have you left? No, I'm kidding.
Why have I left? Well, the journey too was, like anything. I think it's like, you work really hard. Passion is the first thing that you got to have. And literally I grew up, theater was all I wanted to do. I was obsessed with music. And so I, specifically with Pippin, I was doing Hairspray at the time at this theater in Chicago called Drury Lane, just outside Chicago. It's not actually
that's where the
Chicago.
Muffin Man lives. Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
Drury Lane, yeah. We were all just getting all the baked goods all the time. So it was great. We did the show, and I got this audition to make a tape. I sent it in, and I remember thinking at the time, I'm connecting with this material so hard. And sure enough, I got a call. They wanted to see me in New York. And so then subsequently, on the next 4 Mondays off I had, 1 day off a week, I would get up at about 4 a.m. I would get to the airport, fly to New York, show up, try to like tousle my hair, look fresh, go in for Diane Paulus and the whole team, and then get back on a plane and go back and do another performance. That happened 4 times until finally I was told, hey, we want you to be in the show. We want you to originate Lewis. We want you to understudy. And the rest is history, as they say.
The rest is herstory. I loved you in the show. My only regret is not seeing you as Pippin themselves. But I loved you as Lewis. And from there, now you've music has always been a big part of your life. But talk to just us about the transition to being a recording star, what that means to you, what you try to bring to your music, because you also write, you're a singer-songwriter, so you also write your own music, and talk about your new single. Talk about that.
Yeah, well, thank you for letting me talk about it.
Yeah.
It's such a privilege to make art, and I am so grateful, to be on this new journey as far as discovering who I am as an artist. I've always loved writing. I've always loved music. And, I think the important thing about being creative, in whatever vein you are creative, you have to really love it, right? You have to be inspired because people see through that so quickly, and it's not sustainable for your own happiness. And for me, I wanted to be able to create my own opportunities, essentially. So that's what the music thing really kind of started as. And now it's this journey where I've actually felt myself progress and become better at what I'm trying to do, that I'm like, ooh, like I actually now believe in what I'm doing as, hey, this might be viable in some way. I don't know how. Very different from my theater work, but I'm hoping that the two somehow eventually come together. That's the ultimate goal.
And
Awesome.
Your new song, These Days, well, we were going to play some of it, but I'm a little nervous. So because it's on iTunes. And so for those who don't know, when you play a song that's on iTunes on a YouTube will sometimes flag and take this whole video down, which we would not want. Michael,
Right.
So we're not going to play a clip.
We're not going to play a clip
We're not
for
going to play
fear of the internet. But if you want to sing for us, you're welcome
Yeah,
to.
do you
We'll
need
put you on
a
the
little
spot.
chorus, a little verse, chorus? What do we got?
I love verse chorus. It's like, these days I'm moving from myself in ways. I'm nervous now. I was expecting to sing.
Oh my God, no!
Girl, you said warm up at 7:30, and I
Warm up
felt
at
all of that immediately come back. Like I should be doing that, but it's go listen to the song. There's a remix out too if you want to hear it.
A dance
and there's
remix.
a lot more coming. So
There's more coming. and for those, they can go to your Instagram at Le Banana Man.
Here it goes, right across the bottom.
And _ Banana Man. And you can,
Yes.
you in your link in bio, you can download it on iTunes. Are you on Spotify as well for our international peeps?
I am indeed.
Amazing.
No.
Look up Eric Altimus on Spotify. Eric, okay, this is the deal because we didn't tell you this time. How about come back sometime and we'll do a special pre-taped like acoustic performance that YouTube won't be able to flag, and we'll do that.
You know what? That just might be in the works already. So yeah, let's make it happen, babe. Let's do it.
All right,
Amazing. And well, Michael, you know me. The last time someone here came out with an album, I talked myself onto it. So you know, I'm very available.
It's true.
If you need any introductions and any of your songs, I'll be like, whatever you want. We love you.
If I may, just for a second, say thank you both for having me. But Jackie, I'm so proud of you, and I just think it's amazing what you did on the show, and I'm so proud of you. After all these years, it's incredible to see how people find themselves, and it's just a testament to what you guys were just talking about. Yeah, I know you don't believe me right now if you're watching this, but like, be yourself. I swear it's gonna work out. Be yourself. That's the best thing you can do.
This is the most amazing advice. Eric, we love you. We adore you. And I can't wait for you to come back to New York. For those who don't know, Eric is in California.
And girl, it's hot. I'm sorry, I don't mean to butt. This is your gig, but like, I needed something because it's so hot right now. I'm melting in here.
Where's my fan? Oh, my fans are behind this amazing set.
The set.
Yeah, fan me.
Oh, there it is.
Feel it?
nice.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah. Eric, we love you. And drop by anytime, and maybe we'll see you at the end of the show. But we love you, and we'll see you soon.
All right.
Thanks
Well,
for
thank you
joining
for
us.
having me, and
Yeah,
good
of
morning
course.
tonight.
Good morning.
Good morning tonight. Cheers.
Tonight's episode brought to you by Being Yourself.
Being
I'm
yourself.
sensing a through line here, Jackie.
Yeah. Speaking of being yourself, Michael, let's introduce our next guest.
I'm realizing I jumped the gun a little earlier in the show because I got so excited.
What?
But we're going to take a brief intermission before our next guest because we have an exclusive, very special performance that was prepared for us by our first guest, J. Harrison G. So, but without any further ado, let's go to a very, very special performance from Jay.
Let's go to the performance.
If you believe within your heart, you'll know that no one can change the path that you must go. Believe what you feel and know you're right, because the time will come around when you'll say it's yours. Believe there's a reason to be. Believe you can make time stand still. You'll know from the moment you try. If you believe, I know you will. If you believe in yourself right from the start, you'll have brains, you'll have a heart, you'll have courage to last your whole life through. If you believe in yourself as I believe in you, believe there's a reason to be. Oh, believe you can make time stand still. You'll know from the moment you try. If you believe, Just believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Just believe in yourself. Not because I told you to. Just go ahead and believe in yourself. Right from the start. Believe in yourself, yeah. Believe in yourself as I believe in you. Mwah.
Oh my goodness.
Incredible, incredible.
Does anybody-
Believe in yourself,
I forgot to
the
bring my
theme
mic
of
back.
the show.
Does anybody feel like much better? Like I feel
do.
so much better now.
I hope
somebody saved that to Instagram or stories or whatever, because this is exactly what I needed. I feel so much lighter. Jay believes in
believes in
me.
me.
I believe
Yeah.
in them.
Yeah, I
Everything's been
mean,
great.
I feel so much better. Hello, much better. And I don't know if our next guest has been in that show, but she should. How was that for a
agree.
transition?
I believe in herself. Our next guest made her Broadway debut in Rock of Ages as the high-belting new girl in town, Sherrie, a performance that she also brought to the stages of Las Vegas. She then boarded her bubble for a tour across the country as Glinda, or Galinda, hey, Act One, in the smash hit musical Wicked. That tour landed her right back in here in New York City, where she took over the role on Broadway.
That's right, Michael. And most recently, she shared the stage with our first guest, J. Harrison G. in Kinky Boots, where she too closed out the show. And now she's hanging in Los Angeles, where she started a super busy vocal studio. We've got lots to catch up about. So please welcome to Good Morning Tonight, Carrie St. Louis.
Good morning tonight.
Good morning
Oh,
tonight.
guys,
Cheers.
I'm tearing up after that performance. Way to. I was like, oh no, now I'm crying.
Oh my gosh.
I
Carrie.
just miss hearing Jay sing every day. So
Jay's
that was a
voice is
treat.
incredible, and so is yours. For those who haven't heard Carrie sing, it is fabulous. It's incredible. Wait, and now I really want to know: have you played Elle in Legally Blonde?
I have not ever played it in a full production, although we did 54 Below Sings Legally Blonde, where I got to play it. And wow, I mean, it's my favorite. I have to do it eventually. It will happen.
It's the performance scene around the world. In her intro package, which again I forgot to push play on until we were halfway through. But here it is. There she is, making her entrance in 54 Below Sings Legally Blonde, starring Carrie St. Louis. 2 back-to-back performances. She sang that score twice in a row.
After a week of Kinky Boots performances, I was a little like, ugh, at the end of that, but it was amazing. I love singing that music. It's so fun.
What a good night that was. Hi, I'm so happy. I'm so excited to see you. Where are you coming to us from tonight?
I am in Los Angeles. So I am with, Eric, it's nice and warm here, but nice and toasty.
Don't worry, New York in August isn't that cool either.
That's true. That's true.
It's getting warm over here.
Getting a little misty. So this is something that Carrie, I don't think you knew this until I told you, but Carrie was my neighbor for a brief spell. You sublet the apartment across the hall from me. And you probably just never saw me come in and out of the apartment in drag, because sometimes I just get ready at the venue or wherever.
Probably not.
But yeah,
Wait, actually, now I think I did. I think I did.
She's hard to miss.
And I actually remember just now you saying that. You probably don't remember this, but I remember one night being like, you look amazing.
Oh,
I feel like I said it to you because I was like, you look incredible. I just was blown away by how gorgeous you were.
Thank you,
And I felt like
Carrie.
I had to say something about it.
Jackie
But
probably got home and said,
small world.
Some blonde girl in a jewel tone dress told me I looked pretty again.
Yeah, she was wearing a character heel and a
Yeah, a nice
Sensible
kitten
Leduca.
heel.
Well, and this was my favorite part of living next to you is Saturdays when you had your matinees of Wicked. I would hear as like my alarm clock on Saturday
God.
mornings.
I'm so
picture
sorry.
this: you're in New York City, living in your apartment, and your alarm clock Saturday morning, every morning. I think it was 10 a.m. because that's when I wake up on Saturdays. It was, let us be glad, let us be grateful. I was like, work! I lived every...
Except if it was Saturday morning, it was probably like, let us be glad.
No, we'd
Like,
get there. We'd get there by showtime. I think the Gershwin was
Definitely.
lucky to have you in that bubble because you always sounded
Oh, thank
gorgeous. And it was funny too because at that time too, Fiero was upstairs because Kyle Dean was also living in.
Kyle
in
Dean
this,
was upstairs.
in this building. So I lived.
It was
right
the
in
building of
between
dreams. Little did we
Fiero
know.
and Glinda. I didn't get the call back for Elphaba, but you know, there's always the 20th anniversary, right?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Which is coming
That's
very
the alphabet
fast.
we've all been waiting for. Let's be honest.
A drag baritone Elphaba. Work.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
what they want.
So into it. Now, you were with Wicked for a while. You did the tour, and then you also landed back onto Broadway.
Yes.
What is there a big difference between touring and doing it here? Like, what was your experience like?
You know, definitely touring is harder, to be honest, just because you're in a different climate everywhere you go. So vocally, you know, dealing with different allergies, sleeping in a different bed, the air conditioner, all of that. I toured with 2 humidifiers, one for my dressing room, one for my hotel room. The diva's life. I felt very much like Celine Dion.
Celine Dion.
But Broadway, you know, I was glad that I had the time on tour to really figure out my Glinda and kind of workshop it. So by the time I got to Broadway, where there is a different level, a different pressure, I would say, because it's so iconic, you know, Wicked on Broadway. I still was like geeking out, being like, who did I convince? Like, who's going to tell me that this was all a dream? Like, I can't believe I convinced people that I could do this. So imposter syndrome to the max. But I think by the time I got to Broadway, I had already fleshed out my Glinda a lot, and I had 12 different Elphabas. So that, you know, every different Elphaba adds a new layer to the Glinda. And yeah, it was such a dream.
That's incredible. And I think too, on our theme of believing in yourself, what about you, Carrie, did you find in Glinda? What did you bring to that character? And,
Oh, man.
And kind of where did the two meet? Where did they separate? What did you learn about yourself doing Glinda for 12 Elphabas? My goodness.
For 12 Elphabas. I learned so much about owning who I was. Like, I'm a very outgoing person, but I think confidence, it's weirdly like Glinda is the most confident, and there are days where I just didn't feel like that, you know, and I would show up, and by putting on her bubble dress and all of her fabulous looks, I would kind of gain that confidence. And so it taught me a lot about knowing who I was and being able to own a room in that way. I also just think the arc that she goes through from beginning to end, she never means anything bad. I think that she gets a bad rap, of course, some of the lines, but it's a very fine line that she walks between. I think she just doesn't know any better. And watching her learn that over time and sort of, you know, apologize for it and reconcile with it and realize that she just was sheltered and living quite literally in a bubble, taught me a lot.
Almost that like physicality.
No,
No, you're back. You're back. You're
Where did I leave off? Just it showed me a lot about, you know.
Well, you were talking about the physicality of the bubble. I think now too, as we all of us who have some kinds of privilege, wherever you are, I think everyone can have a little bits of different privilege. I think Glinda's a character that obviously comes from a lot of privilege, you know, from the upper uplands. And I think for those watching the show, it's a story of, you know, a girl. In the case of Glinda, kind of actually learning that she has that privilege and actually
recognizing it,
something with it.
Yeah. And I will say, like, this is kind of a side note, but the memory that sticks out the most to me in my whole time in Wicked was I was Glinda on Broadway the night that the Pride thing happened, the shootings happened.
Yeah,
and I remember getting in the bubble and having to say at the end of the show, we have been through a terrifying time. And it felt like, it was just life imitating art imitating life in such a way that I was like, whoa, it became so real to me in that moment of I'm here trying to comfort everybody in a global sense, in a way, just in my own separate little way. But, you know, having the responsibility of being like, okay, it's all going to be okay. And we're going to work through this. And, you know, evil never wins in the end. It never wins. And, you know, I think showing that she's not the Wicked Witch of the West in the end really was it's just a great story all around. And telling that story every night was wonderful.
Amazing. And so then, go ahead, Jackie.
I was going to say, and then from, you know, Wicked, we must segue into the kinky topic of the evening.
Yes!
Kinky Boots!
Kinky Boots!
Kinky Boots, which you starred in with our friend, I'm going to bring them back, Jay Harrison G.
There
hello.
he is.
Reunited
And it feels so good.
Yeah.
Jay, my love, you are still on mute, but join us whenever you're ready. It's a low-pressure show.
There we are. Unmuted. We're here.
First of all, thank you again for that performance.
I had forgotten about it. I was sitting here watching, and you were like, "Oh, I jumped the gun. Here we go." I was like, "Oh, right, I did see that." Didn't I?
I have to quickly say that there was one, and no one knows about this because only the cast was there, but there's a thing called a put-in in a Broadway show. You guys know, and probably a lot of the listeners know this.
Tell them about it.
But a put-in is whenever a new character or a new person joins a show as a replacement, they are in full... Oh no, am I frozen?
We can hear you.
We can hear
you.
you.
Go for it, girl. We got
Just
you.
Tell us the story.
I'm back.
There you are.
She's back.
Right as I was telling the story. So the new replacement is in full costume, and they run the whole show with the cast, no audience, just piano, you know, all of that. And usually the rest of the cast is in pajamas, and we're all sort of like, oh, we're here, okay, we're doing it, we're teaming up, we're here to support them. And whenever people ask me about one of my favorite performances on Broadway I always think back to one specific put-in where Jay was singing Not My Father's Son. No audience, no need to go. I mean, it's not really, Charlie's not in that song at all, except sitting on the stage listening. You had no need to go full out. And Jay, with just the piano in like normal streetwear, gave a performance like anything I've ever seen before. And I remember I was just weeping in my pajamas in this Broadway theater thinking, I mean, the level of professionalism and talent that just oozes out of every bit of your body. I'm sorry, but it just, that video just brought me back to it because it's stripped away. And I feel very lucky that I got to watch that performance. And I've never told you that before, but
I love you so
now
much.
Is the time.
I miss your face.
You guys, look at this. Love connections happening here with us sharing the love.
Good morning tonight.
Good morning
tonight. Is it a morning show? Is it a nighttime show? Nobody knows.
No one knows. It's a morning show that happens at 7.
I want to jump back 2 minutes just to say that I sometimes forget what a musical theater nerd Jackie Cox is. And when she really shows her cards, it makes me so happy. So let's just shout out to earlier in the episode where she dropped Glinda Upland of the Upper Uplands. I was like, okay.
Toss. Let us not forget. Toss.
When Jackie and I went to see the two of you in Kinky Boots, I don't know if I should say this on the internet, but the show's closed. It's gonna be fine. I will never forget you marching down stage, down left to where we were sitting during History of Wrong Guys, and just giving us a full toss.
Oh yeah.
Word. All about it.
I always add a little bit. I do rock hands in every role I do somewhere along the way, and I've always added in. I would do it with the ow. I'd be like ow, and kind of like do this with my hair. Always, you gotta hint.
Yeah, and we love an Easter egg. We love an Easter egg for the big fans.
Yeah,
for the big fans. That's incredible, and I think the two of you were so incredible in that show, and were so gracious. Afterwards, because Michael and I sure did come and hang out on that stage just because we wanted to.
Yeah.
And I think too, what's so amazing about Broadway is it is such a community. You know, I think that you two are such examples of that. And I'd love to know kind of how are you feeling about everything? How are you both feeling? I think this is a time when we're all sitting here together. And you know what? I'm actually going to bring back Eric for this little part of the chat too, because I'd love, like, how are we all feeling about the arts? How are we feeling about the future? Where are our hopes? Where are our fears? Carrie, we'll start with you. It's a panel.
Oh
now.
goodness. Oh goodness. You know, it's a sad time, obviously. I think I am a musical theater nerd at heart too. That's why when you even say I spent time on the stage, I'm like, of course. Being on a Broadway stage still every night felt cool to me. And so I would always bring people back and be like, I would only hope that you would do the same for me, because I just still think it's so cool. That's never lost on me. But you know, it's sad. I miss that feeling of being in a theater. I think there's a YouTube video circulating of a stage manager calling like half-hour call, 15-minute call, valuables, and it made me cry. I mean, I missed hearing that constantly. Oh no,
You're frozen, but it's on a beautiful shot of you.
I'm back.
Really,
you're back. You're back. You're back.
I like that you always come back with such
I always come back.
excitement.
I know I'm gone, but I'm back. But yeah, it made me tear up a little bit because I just missed hearing that, and it's second nature to me in a way, and comforting, weirdly. But I know we'll be back, and when we're back, I just think for me it's been such a great life lesson, because at the end of the day, it is your job as well, and there are days that it feels like a job, of course, and I think. I just now know that I'm never, ever going to take it for granted ever again. It's just so special. And I feel so grateful that I've ever gotten to be a part of it in the first place. And I know that it will come back. And this community, we're survivors, this community, and we will make art happen no matter what. So I'm not too concerned. I just miss it. I miss it a lot.
Yeah.
Eric, what about you? Talk to us about, still being able to do recording, but then you can't like get up on a stage and perform it.
I miss it a lot. That's the end.
Missing it a lot.
Continue.
Yeah, it's what I'm doing right now. I can be kind of isolated into myself, and I kind of have to be to get the writing aspect going. But it certainly is a little sad when I think about, oh my God, like I was saying earlier, I finally really believe in this material. I want to go out there and perform it. Like at night, I'm like putting it in my mixes to listen. I'm like envisioning me on stage. And I think what it is not so much about, I want to be watched. It's like, I want to be in my community. I want to be with my friends. I want to be in the dressing room before talking about like whatever, putting on my, I'll be putting on my mascara or something, like a little enhancement, like male corrective.
I've never worn makeup, but whatever you do, whatever helps you.
You don't need it. You just have fabulous skin.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's a tough time. But also I think, the important thing to remember is that these really tough moments are where we see what we're made of. And we are such a durable people, theater people. We have to be really resilient. And I think, like Carrie was saying, we will make it through this, and use this time right now to really just go in on yourself. What do you want to work on? What do you want to, do you want to get your splits back? I mean, whatever it is, that's what I want to do right now. I'm working on getting my splits just because I miss having them. But it's a time to work.
I'm gonna FaceTime you. We'll do it together. I never had them, but maybe I'll find them.
I mean, I'll help you as best I can, but I need a lot of help too, because there's about an inch or two off the ground. We're not quite there, but
you're doing better than me. Strong mover.
Strong mover.
Same.
Great attitude.
Same. Teeth, lots of teeth.
Yes.
It's funny because there's this, I don't know if you guys have seen this article that's going around that's it's basically saying that New York is dead and the New York is dying. And for my 2 cents, if you think New York is dead, then you were never part of it. Because this is what New York is.
Right.
We are showing up. We are gritting our teeth. We are showing up for ourselves and each other in a way that is so New York. And not to exclude any of my Los Angeles friends, but as artists, this is kind of what we do. And so the people who are oh no, this is the end. I'm no, this is a whole new beginning. And
not to be too political about it, but just look at what's going on. You guys are doing all right, actually, seemingly. We're struggling out here because we haven't found that collective, we can do this together. And that is something that is so unique to New York
Yeah.
and to theater and what we do. And that's really special. That really is.
Yeah.
And another thing I feel like I should add too, I know you said it in my intro, but I'm a vocal coach as well. And all day I am coaching these incredible young singers. And so it doesn't feel dead to me in a way because I'm just like, oh, this is the future. I mean, they're so strong. I mean, they're so determined, so motivated, even in a time when we don't know when it's coming back.
Yep.
Every week my students show up and they've prepared and they're ready and they're so incredibly talented. So it really gives me a lot of hope for the future of this industry as well.
Yeah. Well, you guys, if you don't follow any of our special guests tonight, all three of their handles are scrolling across the bottom. J. Harrison G, Carrie St. Louis, and Le Banana Man. And I will also add on to that, Carrie St. Louis has a, at Carrie St. Louis, what is it, Carrie? Your voice studio?
At the Carrie St. Louis studio.
Give that a follow because she's doing some really incredible stuff. She did a whole breakdown of when all those Elphabas sang, she broke the whole, like, go give her a follow.
You helped me
That
with
was
the
you?
technology of it.
Oh
No,
my God.
I didn't do it. No. I was talking about tongue placement. I used it as a reference, but Michael helped me because technologically challenged.
You broke it down and helped the young folk understand where in the mouth.
I do warm-ups and things like that. So if you're looking for a way to keep fresh and brush up.
I've been following along. I don't sound like you yet, but I think I'm getting
You'll get there.
Michael, we have a closing number, and we'll see how close we get to them.
Girl, cross our fingers. We do have a closing number. We'll see about this. You guys, this has been just one of this is one of my favorite episodes yet. It's very, very thank you to all of our guests tonight. Carrie, Jay, Eric, you guys are awesome. And we know the world is wild right now. So we so appreciate your time. Cheers. Good morning tonight.
Good morning tonight.
Good morning tonight.
I hope everybody's making progress on their
We love you. Jay, we know that you have a couple thoughts as well. So give us your two things on Broadway, and then you're gonna taking us home, and we're gonna
taking us home
to bring us home, Jay.
Listen, as I said, we are a resilient community, and there's nothing that will ever keep us down. It's one of the things I have said to many students in a lot of Q&As I've done this summer. If you don't have a passion and a heart to do theater, don't get into it, because it's like you have to want to do it at all times. And especially in these times of when we're unsure, all I can think about is getting back on a stage to be able to share my gift, to be able to affect people and click back into the power we have as artists. Because what we do, whether people understand it or not, in the fullness of it all, is there's a power we have to be able to affect people, to change people's lives, their minds, and their hearts. And so we have that power, and it will come back in due time. And when we come back, we'll be ready and stronger and better than ever.
Yes. Amen.
And speaking of coming back, we'll have to have you all back on this show again at some point. But thank you, all three of you, for joining us. Big cheers. Good morning tonight.
Cheers.
I adore all of you.
Love you.
And thanks for being in our fabulous show.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Whoops, there's Carrie again. We can't get rid of her.
They both keep pressing the button.
Listen, it's not a bad problem to have. Jackie, we made it. Happy Tuesday. And I'm so glad we were all here today. Believe in yourselves. If you guys had fun tonight, please do hit subscribe on our channel. There are some other shows coming up that you might want to check out. Specifically, this Thursday is the 5:30 Quarantini, which I do with my buddy Dylan Bustamante. Our guests this week are Julia Madison and Drew Gayling, two of the funniest people on Broadway. So excited for that. Jackie, you want to tell us what's coming up after that?
And then on Monday, we have MT Trivia with the Metzger Timsonses, where you can compete from home with actual Broadway stars to find out who knows Broadway better.
And their guests this coming week are Caroline Bowman, Elsa from the National Tour of Frozen, and her boyfriend Austin, who's also a Broadway star. It's going to be a great time. And then, of course, Jackie and I are back on next Tuesday, September 1st. It's almost September.
It's almost September.
What?
Michael, I love you. Happy birthday. And
Thank you.
Let's give them our parting words.
Parting words. God help us. Faded on a girl with a hunger for fame and a face and a name to remember. The past fades away because as of this day, Norma Jean's gone. She's moving on. Her smile and your fantasies play a duet that will make you forget where you are. The music starts playing. It's the beat of your heart saying, let me be your star.
Flashback to a girl with a song in her heart as she's waiting to start the adventure. The fire and drive that makes dreams come alive. They fill her soul. She's in control. The drama, the laughter, the tears, just like pearls. Well, they're all in this girl's repertoire. It's all for the taking, and its magic will be making. Let me be your star. I'll just have to forget the hurt that came before. Forget what used to be. The past is on the cutting room floor. The future is here with me. Choose me. Up on a star with it all in her sights, all the love and the lights that surround her. Someday she'll think twice of the dues and the price she'll have to pay. She'll have to pay, but not today. But not today. She'll do all she can for the love of one man, and for millions that look from afar. And what you've been needing, it's all here and my heart's bleeding. Let me be your star.